Hello, I'm Ram Aubin with today's video from my automotive tips and modification series. And in this video in particular, today I would like to talk about how I installed a 2000 watt inverter in my GMC Safari. Of course, if you have an Astro, that will work exactly the same way. And this could probably be adapted to most other vehicles as well. So since I don't have a cameraman today, I will have to carry the camera around with me and demonstrate an already installed system, which would be a little harder than if I had done the video on the day of the installation. But this is what I've got. Show you the inverter. So it's installed between the two seats, as you can see. Hopefully you can see it. I'm going to pull the seat back here so you can actually see a little more of it. It's called an Ever Start. Let me turn this camera a little bit. It's called an Ever Start 2000 watt inverter. And it's got a digital readout in this area. It's got 3 plugs. And I installed a switch, a cutoff switch. It's actually a keyed switch. There's the key for it. And I make sure and turn it off at the end of the day, as I have ruined a battery by leaving this on overnight too many times. What happens is, with a car battery, it's not intended to be drawn on for extended periods. Car batteries are meant simply to start your car and recharge. If you're constantly drawing your battery down, you will ruin it. The answer to that is a deep cycle marine battery, but actually you don't need to do that as long as you remember to shut it off at the end of the day or at the end of your trip. So I'll show you what's under the hood. Now we've got the sun against this here, so this inverter has 4 terminals on it. So I used 4-gauge wire, 2 negatives and 2 positives. I think you can see them there. 2 negatives and 2 positives. I don't know if that's necessary because they come together at the battery anyway, as you can see with this Y. This Y here brings it back into one post. Same, you can't really see the positive side, how it comes together, but well, they just come together right there. So, what I did was, there's been some questions on the forum as to where to drill the hole through the firewall on these vehicles. And what I did was, when I had the doghouse off earlier this year, I call it a doghouse because I'm an old trucker, but you know, that part, I changed the spark plugs and the wires, so, which is, if you've ever done it, you'll know it's quite a big job on these vehicles. I don't know if you can see that, but it's installed, so you have to take this whole area out. And how I figured out where to drill the hole was, when that was off, I just reached in with my arm, and from the lip of where the doghouse fits, you can feel up in there and you will find that there is enough space to drill a hole there. Now I used a step bit, and I found that I couldn't get all 4 cables through there, so I had to do it. Ended up drilling 2 holes, and what I did was, let me see if you can see this in here. I'm fighting with the sun here as well, and oh yeah, there it is. What I did was, I'm sorry about the angle, but I have the tripod down. You can see where the red and black cable goes through a gray piece, and that is an electrical conduit, and that's to protect the cables from getting cut on the firewall on that hole that was drilled. So I ended up doing 2 holes and 2 pieces of conduit. I put 1 cable through each side, positive and negative through each side, and it went over the doghouse inside, over the doghouse. Well, I guess I can't show you much here. Let's see. Over the doghouse, and then under the console, and they come out on the floor here. Pretty messy in here right now. And then, as I said, I attached that switch. Didn't have the switch at first, but after I killed the battery, nearly killed the second one, I think I did damage it. I installed the switch. So there you have it. The switch is, there is a brand name for that switch. This was just a copycat, I think, from, I had the flyer out for it a while ago, but I think it's from Princess Auto, and it was quite inexpensive. I saw in one video where a person had used one of those for 10 years without a problem. He was using it to cut out the power to the whole vehicle, which is not a bad idea. I may install one there as well. Okay, that's about it for the inverter. I find it very handy. I've got a lot of toys to keep plugged in and keep going. So that's it for my inverter video. I just want to give you one little preview as to what's coming up. I'm off in the next day or two. I'm off up north to see if I can catch some game, and this is the lens that I've recently purchased. I don't know if you can see it. This lens right now, it's locked at 200, and this is my big game lens, or if you're into birds, it will do the same trick. And so, if you like the video, if you like the idea of the inverter, please comment, please like, or comment that you don't like the way I did it, if that's what your feeling is. And until next time, Ram Oven, over and out. Bye now.